short time ago myself. So we'll have the 6 o'clock morning edition coming up in just a moment. Stay tuned.
Want to stay in the know on what's going on with your Glasgow EPB? Just follow us on Twitter at Glasgow EPB or like us on Facebook at Glasgow Electric Plant Board and stay informed about new products, services, and money-saving tips. With a smartphone, you will also have access to constantly updated information during outages. For 50 years, we have been the vital service you depend on daily for your electric, cable, and internet needs, and we hope to provide you even more information and benefits through Facebook and Twitter. Join us today. We are your Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future faster.
You're sick, and your doctor's office
All right, 6:12 this morning. Getting a little bit later start today, but that's all right because, hey, we got winners already on the list today. We're going to have winners all day long. But first, let's take a look at our weather forecast from Weather Channel meteorologist Ken Boone.
Pleasant weather for us here today and tomorrow as high pressure influences our weather, but as it moves off to the east and northeast, thunderstorm chances increasing again for Friday and the weekend. Mix of clouds and sunshine today, upper 80s this afternoon. Clear tonight, 62. Mix of clouds and sun in near 90 Thursday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in a forecast for Friday, mid-80s. And a chance for more showers and storms Saturday and Sunday with high temperatures in the low to mid part of the 80s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ken. Taking a look at the constant coverage in-studio radar screen here. Pretty clear up and down I-65. You get over towards Owensboro, Evansville area. There's a little bit of rain, but free and clear thus far. Taking a look at the current conditions, we have 77% humidity, a drastic drop, 15%, as a matter of fact, from 24 hours ago. Winds are northeast at 5 miles an hour. And the barometer's at 30.03. No precipitation over the last 24 hours, but I tell you that wind did make it difficult to get those charcoals going last night. But nonetheless, had a delicious meal. And now we're ready to get our first taste of local news. Live to the newsroom, it's News Director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Wes. Well, the grant has now officially been uploaded, and if all goes well, there could soon be a new interchange coming to the Louis B. Nunn Cumberland Parkway. Now, familiar with this area, Jonathan West is an engineer who worked over a decade with the State Transportation Cabinet in District 3. Currently, he's with HDR Engineering, and they are tasked with handling the transportation programs for the state. Now, West has been working with the county for at least the past couple of months when Judge Executive Michael Hale was contacted by the Transportation Cabinet and encouraged to apply for a BUILD grant. Now, previously done through earmarked funds, these federal dollars are now allocated through grants, as West explains.
Earmarks kind of went away. Well, they replaced that with grant programs. Well, the good thing about grant programs is it allows communities to compete for dollars. It does not remove all of the politics, and I can assure you that there's politics involved to selection of these grants, but it does not remove all of that, but it does provide communities a mechanism to equally participate, put in applications, participate in a grant process and a selection process. We are gathering support from the senators, the state delegation, U.S. delegation, the Secretary of Transportation in Kentucky. We're getting letters of support for this grant. So, and just to give you an update, it will be submitted tonight if everything goes well.
Now, Barron County's applications for an interchange on Kentucky 242 at the Louis B. Nunn Cumberland Parkway. The odds of getting the funds are pretty good, especially considering the collaboration between the county and the city of Glasgow. Now, the Glasgow City Council approved to give $100,000 towards the project. The county will give up the rights to Gillen Water Road and surrounding right-of-ways, and it will be used as one of the on-ramps. Now, the state highway departments kick in about $200,000, and the remainder of the money needed to fund the project stands at roughly $19 million, and those will be federal dollars. Now, BUILD stands for better utilizing investments to lead development. This year's round of funding comes in at $1.5 billion overall, and the focus this year is on rural projects. West said that along with helping traffic in congested areas in and around Trojan Trail, they'll be able to evacuate that area much quicker as well. The replacement of the bridge is also included. Announcements of the awards will be made in December, but money will be set aside in September to ensure we are still eligible for the grant. For the first time in the history of Barron County, local athletes brought home an Olympic gold medal. Daniel Williams has been bowling with Special Olympics for a decade and is currently a member of the Barron County Flames. Special Olympics of Kentucky chose him to be on their national bowling team with Team Kentucky USA and head to the Special Olympics. The fiscal court passed a resolution yesterday morning honoring his award. Now, next up on the fiscal court's agenda was Deputy Juanita Adwell from the detention center, who told the court that currently they were housing 249 total inmates at the detention center. She also told the court they'd made some changes to their policy and procedures, including a required 24 hours deputy training every year. Some fees have also gone up. Housing's now $36 a day. The copay for a nurse's visit's $20. The copay for a doctor or dentist is $30. The court unanimously approved these changes. Judge Executive Michael Hale asked all the magistrates to check the roads in their district for any trees or limbs that may cause an issue in regard to visibility, since school will be back in session before their next meeting. Judge Hale said the road department would be addressing any issues. Now, Charles Kearney, who heads up the county's Parks and Rec Department, gave a wrap-up report of the Babe Ruth tournament and introduced the Barron County Elite, the new 9 and under Kentucky state champions. The team will be headed to Louisville for their next tournament. Kearney said to expect big things from them. When Kearney asked the court if they felt inclined to help the team out financially as they head to the tournament, Judge Hale made the motion to give the team $500, quickly seconded by Magistrate Trent Riddle. Then Magistrate Jack London spoke up and doubled the offer. The court gave the team $1,000 to help pay for their trip as they represent the county, with all magistrates voting in favor except Magistrate Carl Dickerson. The court also voted in favor of purchasing a truck for the Parks and Rec Department. Dickerson was the only no vote on that as well. He also had a few questions about Babe Ruth.
I got a question on the Babe Ruth tournament you just had. Is that the Babe Ruth sanctions that? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do they have specific rules on how you do things at those tournaments?
Yes, especially we sign a contract with them, and the contract basically states how you can run that tournament.
Okay. Do they share in the concessions also?
No, sir.
They don't.
The county officially announced that Joey Cruz as the new ABC administrator for the county. Cruz will also help out the sheriff's office with vehicle inspections. Megan Richardson was also named as a new deputy coroner, and Bob Carey will fill the unexpired term of Chris Robinson Congola on the Marywood Weldon Memorial Library Board. It's 6:19 a.m. on this Wednesday morning, 65 degrees.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
In more local news, Congressman Brett Guthrie applauded House passage of the Over-the-Counter Monograph Safety, Innovation, and Reform Act. Congressman Guthrie is an original co-sponsor of the legislation, which passed the House yesterday by unanimous vote. Now, the Over-the-Counter Monograph Safety, Innovation, and Reform Act was introduced by Guthrie along with several other representatives, and the bipartisan bill will allow the FDA to approve over-the-counter meds more quickly and efficiently by updating their monograph system the FDA uses to approve the drugs. The monograph system was established back in 1972 and, according to Guthrie, was in need of an upgrade. Medical innovations outpacing the rate that the FDA can approve over-the-counter meds, said Guthrie. The medications provide an affordable and efficient way for Americans to address their health concerns every day. I was proud to be an original co-sponsor of the Over-the-Counter Monograph Safety, Innovation, and Reform Act to make new over-the-counter meds more accessible to Kentuckians. I urge the Senate to pass the important bill as soon as possible. An estimated 71,000 people in Kentucky are suffering from Alzheimer's disease, and efforts to better treat and potentially cure the brain disease are getting major boost. AARP is investing $60 million in the Disrupt Dementia Discovery Fund for dementia and Alzheimer's research. As a professor of neurology at the UK Sanders Brown Center on Aging, Dr. Gregory Chia explains, dementia silently destroys the brain for nearly 15 years before there's ever a hint that a person is affected, and this investment will help address the issue of early diagnosis.
What can we do to get people into the clinicians to recognize that this is a problem early on? And that has been the major issue for the field, is that we have not been working on folks at an early enough stage of disease.
The most recent Alzheimer's drug was approved more than a decade ago, and since then more than 400 clinical trials have failed. The Dementia Discovery Fund supports new drug projects, encourages new treatment techniques, and applies insights from other areas of medicine, such as oncology and immunology. Now, Dr. Marilyn Morin-Smith with AARP Kentucky says not only is dementia a tremendous burden on the patient and the loved ones, it's also a major driver of health care cost.
Medicare spending for people 65 plus with dementia is up to 5 times higher than those without dementia. By 2040, the cost of caring for people with dementia is expected to be about 25% of Medicare spending.
With the number of Americans with dementia expected to reach 14 million by 2050, Dr. Chia says there's no time to waste.
We need every penny we can get. We need every volunteer in the community that we can get, and we need every researcher across the nation turning its eyes towards this problem.
An AARP survey of the U.S. physicians found just 10% are extremely or very optimistic that effective dementia treatment protocols will emerge in the next 5 years. Right now at 6:24 a.m. on this Wednesday morning, 65 degrees.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Before the president declared Tuesday afternoon that he misspoke at the press conference alongside Vladimir Putin Monday, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell made it clear that Russia should think twice before trying it again.
There's a possibility that we may well pick up legislation related to this. In the meantime, I think the Russians need to know that there are a lot of us who fully understand what happened in 2016, and it really better not happen again in 2018.
The president later clarified that he fully supports the conclusion of the U.S. intelligence community that Russia meddled in the 2016 election. JBS USA, the U.S. branch of the world's largest meat producer, is suspending shipments from a Kentucky pig farm where workers were shown hitting, kicking, and throwing pigs on undercover video. The Colorado-based company said it made the decision based on an initial review of the Mercy for Animals video at a Tosh Farm site in Simpson County and will investigate the allegations. A teenager charged with manslaughter following a fatal car crash is identified.
18-year-old Brianna Watson was behind the wheel when she missed a curb and flipped her car last year. Her passenger, 17-year-old Sydney Peffer, was killed. Peffer's cousin, Whitley Wise, tells WKYT,
Sydney's life was taken. And 15 months later, and the only thing that's been taken away from Brianna is prom and graduation. And honestly, I don't think that that's enough.
Watson's attorney entered a not guilty plea on her behalf. Her next court date is September 4th. I'm Haley Hansen.
Kentucky horse racing regulators have approved the sale of Ellis Park Racetrack to a group that now has a minority ownership stake in the track. The Kentucky Horse Racing Commission, meeting Tuesday in Lexington, approved the sale of the Henderson track to the Saratoga Casino and Hospitality Group. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
At AT&T, we believe that access to affordable home internet brings you incredible opportunities. You can enjoy the power to explore a digital world of possibilities and connect with family, friends, and the things that matter most. That's why there's access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, no deposit, no installation fee. Plus, get an in-home Wi-Fi gateway at no extra cost. Call 1-855-220-5211 or visit att.com/aware to learn more.
SNAP refers to the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Pricing excludes tax. Service will include a monthly data allowance depending on the type and speed of service you receive. If you exceed your monthly data plan allowance, you will be automatically charged $10 for each 50 gigabytes of data usage in excess of your data plan, even if less than 50 gigabytes is used. For details about data allowances, go to att.com/internet-usage. Wi-Fi enabled device required. Other restrictions apply.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com. In area funeral announcements of this hour, Suzanne Travis Belshaw, age 72, of Glasgow, formerly of California, died yesterday at the Glenview Health and Rehab Center. Mrs. Belshaw was a homemaker. Survivors include a daughter, Casey Thomas of Glasgow, two grandchildren, William Travis Jones of North Carolina and Catherine Jones of Glasgow, and one great-grandchild, Piper Jones of North Carolina. A private graveside service for Suzanne Travis Belshaw will be held at the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Expressions of sympathy may take the form of a memorial contribution to the American Cancer Society of Glasgow. Christine Thea Wilkins, age 63, of Cave City, died Saturday at her residence. She was a private contractor, genealogist, gardener, and a book lover. She was recognized for her civic work many times while working for the Neighbor Housing Services in Menlo Park, California, and as a member of the Menlo Park Planning Commission before moving to Kentucky to care for her grandmother, Mossy Monroe. She is survived by her husband, Roger Oliver, four daughters, Beatrice Larson Hatcher of California, Alethea Larson of Arizona, Teresa Coleman of Oklahoma, and Elizabeth Rathman of Minnesota, one brother, William Wilkins of New Jersey, and five grandchildren. Graveside services and internment for Christine Thea Wilkins will be at 10 a.m. Saturday at the Campground Cemetery. Memorial contributions may be made to the Mary Wood Weldon Memorial Library in Glasgow. Ronnie Lynn Price, age 74, of Horse Cave, passed away Monday at his home. He was of the Baptist faith. He was retired as a truck driver after 47 years. He is survived by his loving wife of 38 years, Patricia Pat Price, three daughters, Wanda Hadley of Nashville, Becky Straub of Simpsonsville, and Susan Blumier of Louisville, and two grandsons, Brian and Alan Straub, both of Simpsonsville. Funeral services are private, and entombment will be in the Rest Haven Cemetery in Louisville. Arrangements are under the direction of the Wynn Funeral Home. Brenda Gale Lane, age 51, of Bonneville, passed away Monday. She was a member of Creekside Church in Bonneville. She loved making flower arrangements, sewing, and especially enjoyed her grandkids. She was a hard-working employee at the Amazon Fulfillment Center in Shepherdsville. She is survived by her son, Jimmy Lane, and wife, Alicia, of Bonneville. Her parents, Chester and Julie Lane of Hardyville. 3 grandchildren, Paisley, Braden, and Bentley. 1 sister, Joyce Wilson, and husband, Craig of Munfordville. A niece and nephew, Amanda Woolen, and Travis Carroll. Funeral services for Brenda Gale Lane will be at 11 a.m. Saturday at the Wynn Funeral Home, with burial to follow in the Horse Cave Municipal Cemetery. Visitation is Thursday from 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. and Friday from 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. and on Saturday from 8 a.m. until time of service. Iva Ellen Isla Hudson Pickerel Raymer, age 85, of Louisville, died Sunday. Iva was known for her sales ability, her feistiness, her wonderful cooking, her love of antiques and yard sales. She was a member of Sweden Missionary Baptist Church and River City Corvette Club. She is survived by Ricky, Matt, Jamie, Ricky, and Theo Pickerel, Cindy Hudson McCombs, Scott Woodcock, and Landis Carden. Funeral services for Iva Ellen Isla Hudson Pickerel Raymer will be held at 2 p.m. on Friday at the Patton Funeral Home, with interment to be in the Sweden Church Cemetery. Visitation will be from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Friday. Memorial contributions can be made to Hospice of Louisville. The family wishes to extend special thanks to the tender care and assistance provided by the staff of Beehive Memory Care of Smyrna of Louisville. Funeral services for Brother Randall McPherson, age 90, of Burkesville, will be Thursday at 11 a.m. in the Memory Chapel of Norris New Funeral Home. Burial will be in the Christian Chapel Cemetery. The family will receive friends after 4 p.m. today until the funeral hour on Thursday. Contributions are appreciated to Hospice of Lake Cumberland. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day, free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local healthcare provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man. But there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next, because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
At 1010 West Main.
All right, everybody, 6:35, 69 degrees on a pretty cool little morning with quite a bit of moisture in the air. We're talking birthdays here in just a moment. If you have a birthday, give us a call at 270-651-9149 or 1-800-956-1023. Shout out to those who are watching on the Facebook Live feed. We've got Ann Grant Underwood. Hey, Ann Grant. My cousin Rihanna Pointer. Sheila Pruitt's watching this morning. Also Sherry Jones and Michael Hale. And Kobe Jesse, who says we need to be golfing pretty soon. And I'll agree with him, especially this time of year with the beautiful weather that we're having. Now, before we get to the birthdays, I want to talk about the Amazing Race. It benefits the Barron County and Glasgow City schools by the proceeds benefiting the purchase of school supplies such as dry erase markers, Kleenexes, Clorox wipes, pencils, hand sanitizers, crayons, paper towels, markers, notebooks, and art supplies. Pretty much just ask a teacher. They'll tell you what they need. But what they're going to do is they're going to complete challenges around Glasgow and then be the first team to return back to Ralphie's. Ralphie's Fun Center will be the start and end location of this, and the first place winner will win a prize to Ralphie's as well as Workout Anytime membership. So, if you'll take a look at the next sheet, which is the team captain sheet, you'll see that there's room for 5 people on your team. And so if you've got a church group or a work group or just a group of girls or a group of guys that want to do something good for the community, this will be a fun event. It is July 28th from noon until 5, so check that out. We'll put that graphic back up on there, and a shout out to Christy Gum, who's watching this morning. Hey, Christy. We'll hear from Ralphie's, and then we'll be doing birthdays. Let's check it out.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
All right, we're talking birthdays today. Happy birthday to Dustin Sherfy, who is 23 years old today. Also, Jamie Gillenwaters celebrating a birthday. Chuck Gardner, Lucille Lyle, Louise Culver has a birthday today. Also, Shakira Pitcock, Weston Turner, Brad Corte. We got Todd Simmons on the list. And, we've got a gong to give away. Where is it? There's the gong. It's the 50 gong for Brad Kessler. Wow. He's getting on up there, ain't he? Happy birthday, Brad. Hope you have a good day, bud. Tanner Bull, 17. Ruthie Wisdom has a birthday today. We tried to make it her birthday yesterday, but got that fixed. Mindy Miner has a birthday today. She's 43. Topher Blythe has a birthday. Kelsey Lee and Corey Martin rounding out the birthday list. We are patting on the back today a very special young man by the name of Daniel Williams. Daniel, for those of you who are not aware, is Julianne Williams' son, who used to work here at WCLU. Fine people. And Daniel won a gold medal at the Special Olympics USA Games. And of course, he had a police escort back into Barron County, and they all made him feel really special. So if you see Daniel Williams today, be sure you make him feel special today, too. And pat him on the back and tell him he's good as gold from his friends at WCLU and a little taste of Texas. All right, Aaron, turn your mic on there, brother. I know you got one to add, don't you? Who you got to add on the list today, Aaron?
Yeah, I got Harrison Belcher turning 11 today.
He's 7?
11.
I was about to say he's a tall 7-year-old. Hey, happy birthday, Harrison. Appreciate that. Appreciate you calling in and listening to WCLU. You and your sister both listen every morning. And we appreciate you youngsters checking us out, too. Appreciate my wife tuning in this morning, and Kristen Bale's watching as well. So, got a nice little Facebook Live audience this morning. I know we got a great audience every day on EPB Channel 6. Now, when we shut down this stream, Aaron, we're going to take requests. Of course, we can't play copyright music on Facebook Live.
Sadly, yes.
But, you know, coming up about 7:40, 7:45, we'll take requests.
Oh, yeah.
So, pretty much what you can do is Aaron will have the phone lines open all morning. We want to make sure people enjoy their ride to work.
Oh, yeah.
And so those last 15 minutes between like 7:45 and 8, we want to be sure that we're playing stuff. Maybe it's not stuff everybody wants to hear, but maybe we can make a few people's day by playing the song they want to hear on their way to work, and maybe they'll be more productive. Maybe they'll have a better day and make a better difference in society.
Oh, yeah. Phone lines are open. I'll be answering 270-651-9149. Doesn't matter what segment it is. Tidbit News probably will be the only one that would be unavailable to answer.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Besides that, archives or anything, I'll be sitting right here. I'll take your requests, birthdays, anniversaries, whatever you need me to.
Hey, speaking of archives, we got those coming up, but first we need to check the weather. We'll be right back here on Good Morning Live.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Well, what do you say we take a look at our weather forecast for today? We want to be sure we get that squared away. Ken Boone at the Weather Channel has that for us.
Pleasant weather for us here today and tomorrow as high pressure influences our weather, but as it moves off to the east and northeast, thunderstorm chances increasing again for Friday and the weekend. Mix of clouds and sunshine today, upper 80s this afternoon. Clear tonight, 62. Mix of clouds and sun in near 90 Thursday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in a forecast for Friday, mid-80s. And a chance for more showers and storms Saturday and Sunday with high temperatures in the low to mid part of the 80s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ken Boone. As far as July goes, 87, 62 tonight. That's pretty mild. Hope you're planning something fun to do in this middle of the week hump day.
So, Wes, have you ever heard the phrase that in the land of the blind, the one-eyed man's the king?
I would say he would be the Cyclops.
Right, because sometimes, it's all you've got,
True.
That's how I felt this morning when Islands in the Stream played.
Honestly, it's the only Dolly Parton song we had in our catalog that wasn't a Christmas song.
Again, so I
didn't want somebody to wake up and think they had overslept for 5 months.
Well, here's the way I look at it. You know how you're going to take request? Aaron?
Anti-request.
Yes.
I'm going to need you to play something good. I don't care how many people call. If they ask for a song that Aaron that
we'll
know
clear
is
it
crazy.
with you, Angela. I mean, if we get a bunch of requests, we'll have to decide amongst ourselves. And you'll carry a lot of weight in that discussion, I'm sure.
Thank goodness for F11.
Hey, Angela, you and I, we don't agree on a whole lot all the time, but one thing we do agree on is United Way and everything they do across the country, but especially here in our community. So what do you say we give away a Live United t-shirt?
Because we both love free t-shirts.
I love a free t-shirt.
Me too.
Okay, so Angela,
yes.
You pick a number between 1 and 10, and we'll take that number caller.
7.
7. All right, 7. Let's try it out.
You've put it off. You've tried to deny it. But the moment has come. Dun, dun, dun. For your kid's first smartphone. Take comfort in being more connected. Now for even less. Bluegrass Cellular is offering a selection of new smartphones for less than $5 a month. You heard that right. Less than $5 a month. That's less than the price of a fancy coffee. Before you send them back to school, be sure they've got a way to stay in touch. Get more for less when you choose from select Samsung, LG, and other affordable smartphone models loaded with safety features. Give them a brand new device and give yourself the peace of mind that comes with staying connected. Learn more at bluegrasscellular.com or stop by your nearest location to pick up a new smartphone today. Restrictions apply. Bluegrass Cellular, your community expanded.
If you're looking for a great selection, big discounts, and easy financing, then look no further than Goodman Chevrolet. Receive discounts of 15% off MSRP on 2018 Chevrolet Equinox LTs, or get 18% off when you finance through GM Financial. And remember, it's still truck month, so you can receive huge rebates on all remaining Silverados in stock. If you need the dependability and space of a new 2018 Silverado, then get up to 18% off MSRP on select models when you finance through GM Financial and make no payments for 90 days. With a large selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs and over 20 lenders competing for your business, it's easy to get the deal you want at Goodman Chevrolet. So don't wait. Now's the time to put a new Chevrolet in your driveway. Come see us at Goodman Chevrolet, home of the Goodman Advantage and the powertrain warranty for life, at the corner of Happy Valley and Reynolds Road in Glasgow. Things were never better at Goodman.
Great deals, no games. Come home to Goodman.
All right. We got a winner. It was Larry Davidson who was caller number 7. Congratulations, Larry, and congratulations for helping do your part to give a little more light shed on United Way, Angela, which, as your top story yesterday, that was pretty cool.
I'm saying I didn't realize United Way did all that stuff.
I didn't either. I'm glad you shed some light on that as well.
And it was funny. Melissa told me that she was on the something allocation committee. Had 17 words in the title.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that doesn't sound like fun. She's like, we give money away. Okay, that needs to be the name of your committee then.
Yeah, the Giving Money Away Committee.
I'm saying, I've also got a huge announcement. You ready?
I'm ready.
John and Sharon Gray.
Okay.
Celebrating 31 years of marriage today.
31 years.
And I tell you what, evidently John's been planning all the marvelous things he's going to do for his wife today. Because, I mean, it's a wonder she hadn't choked him out in 31 minutes. You know what I'm saying? 31 years. I mean, I'm guessing he's probably going to take her to dinner. I'm sure he's going to get her flowers, probably a spa package. I mean, there's no telling what all he's going to do for this anniversary. I think he should do 31 things.
I think the expectation level has just been elevated.
Well, I've been talking to a friend of his.
Thanks to Angela.
Yeah, I mean, I've been talking to a friend of his about the planning process.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, JD says he's been planning this forever. So, John, you are marvelous. Good luck this afternoon.
Happy anniversary, John and Sharon Gray.
31 things for 31 years. Who doesn't love that?
Good morning, Helena, Lucas, Casey, Nicole, Debbie Williams. Good to see y'all on Facebook Live this morning. We're getting ready to do some archiving.
I've got 2 more birthdays real quick.
Yes, ma'am. Let's get that taken care of.
Mark Bonnywell.
Mark Bonnywell.
65 today.
Mark Bonnywell.
Uh-huh.
65?
Yes.
Ta-da. Okay, Mark Bonnywell. Who else you got?
Don Nichols. Don works down the road here.
Okay.
At the Shell. 55 today. I think he needs a gong regardless.
Double nickels for Don Nichols.
There you go.
Oh. That's the archive gong. It's a new button we got back here.
Brand new.
All right, I have an anniversary too.
Okay.
Happy anniversary, Aaron.
Yeah, I know, right? Wayne and Carol K. Bragg.
Wayne and Carol K. Bragg.
26 years.
26 years. All right. We'll be back once we hear from our sponsors of the archives, which is Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. 15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
31 years.
Sharon and who?
Huh?
Sharon and who?
John and Sharon Gray.
John and Sharon Gray.
Yes. I think John should send us pictures of all the marvelous things he does.
More on that later, I guess.
Yeah, no, right now he's probably having a stroke going, oh my gosh, I can't believe she said that. Oh, and by the way, Terry Martin, you ought to send your wife flowers too. I'm just going to throw that out there.
Okay. I hope you're listening, Terry.
Oh, trust me, somebody will call him and tell him if he's not.
Yeah. So let's take it back 100 years.
Let's take this thing back 100 years.
This day in 1918, Lewis Williams, son of Mr. and Mrs. Frank Williams of this place.
This place.
I like how they say that.
For real.
Who is now in Greenwood, Mississippi, working for Western Electric Company, making $14 a week.
Woohoo! $14 a week.
This shows enterprising spirit for a boy of Lewis's age. So apparently that's a pretty good salary for a boy of his age. I couldn't live on it.
I'm trying to tell you, you'd starve to death.
It's called inflation.
Yeah, no joke.
Printing more than we need. All right, this day in 1928, Reverend J.L. Piercy, the pastor of the local Methodist church, was the victim of a very unusual accident last Thursday. Angela.
Uh-oh.
He had finished milking and stooped to recover a string he dropped when the cow, fighting flies, threw her head around, striking him full in the top of his head.
Oh, gosh.
A small nub of horn cutting a considerable gash in the top of his head. He was dazed from the lick and for several days nursed a sore head and neck, but was able to attend his regular duties at church the next Sunday. So, good thing.
I'd be afraid that was like a sign from the Lord, like he didn't smite people anymore. But, he might send a cow to me. Nope.
You have an interesting way of looking at things, Angela.
Don't I, though? It's just like a whole different lens I look through the world at. Or look at the world through.
That's right. That's right.
I cannot get it together this
But you
morning.
know it's better than yesterday.
I don't know. I'm telling you, people say, y'all crack me up in the mornings. No, for real, folks. This is...
It's called live radio.
Yeah. It's called we're going to be on the air regardless of how crazy we sound.
That's right. Okay, so got a longer story here for you. This is an interesting thing that they did. I'm glad they did it. This was in 1938. Gold Star Mothers will be honored. The place of honor in the Barron County Post Parade will go to the Gold Star Mothers, which are the mothers of the sons who were killed in action.
Oh, wow.
Provision of attendance for these guests of honor is under the direct charge of Colonel Albert E. Ely. The mothers will have the position directly following the post commander and will be conveyed in a car furnished by John E. Richardson.
Well.
So that's what we got there in 1938, which, sad thing.
I can imagine. It'd be terrible.
So, but, the families at home, they're suffering too. It's a time I hope we never have to go through again.
I know, that's right.
No, I'm glad I didn't have to go through.
Why can't we all just get along?
That's right.
Who said that? Do you know? Pop quiz.
Jesus.
Yeah, thou shalt all get along. It's Rodney King.
Oh, okay.
Not Rodney Trigg, not Joe's brother, Rodney King.
All right.
I'd say Rodney Trigg probably said it.
He got arrested again later on in life. Did you know that?
Rodney Trigg?
You talk about the guy that got beat up by the cops in L.A.?
Yes, Rodney King, yes.
He got off for that, then he got arrested again.
Bless his heart.
I saw a little documentary about it.
Some people just, can't stay away from the police.
That's true. Well, this day in 1948, it was Mr. and Mrs. Harry Bertram and Mr. and Mrs. Holly Bertram near Temple Hill. Some Temple Hill news here. They entertained all their Bertram relatives with a picnic on July the 4th at the home of Mr. and Mrs. Harry Bertram, which is at the farm formerly owned by Ozias D. Bertram family. 61 of the Bertram relatives and 8 neighbors and friends were present. Because, neighbors come over when you're having stuff like that just to see what's going on and to get a free meal.
There you go. I would agree.
Nothing like a good potluck. Well, this day in 1958, we're talking about Lieutenant Colonel L. Felix Murray. Some folks will remember that name. I'll say it again. Lieutenant Colonel L. Felix Murray, who was also the Executive Vice President of New Farmers National Bank, is expected to return home after undergoing summer training at Fort Leavenworth. Colonel Murray is a member of the U.S. Army Reserve Finance Department. So he's got military background, he's got finance background, and serving his country in definitely a much-needed way.
I've got an awesome story about the reserve coming up.
What's that?
Not today, but soon.
Okay.
I can tell you.
Okay.
But, folks, it's going to be awesome.
All right.
That's all I have to say. I get to ride in a helicopter and jump out.
You're really going to do that?
No. I wish they'd let me. Hint, hint.
Okay.
Would you not jump out of a helicopter?
I guess if I had to. I wouldn't volunteer myself for that. I don't even like roller coasters.
Challenge accepted. Look, Wes is getting nervous thinking about it.
I am. Bring me some medicine. All right. This day in 1968, by a vote of 4-0, The Kentucky Turnpike Authority authorized Finance Commission to plan methods of selling $374 million in bonds to build toll roads, including one from Henderson to Somerset via Owensboro and Bowling Green.
Everybody loves toll roads.
The Cumberland Parkway, which up until, I guess, I don't know, about 15 years, 16 years ago, there was a toll there. Every time you went to Bowling Green, you had to pay about 35 cents.
Really?
Aaron probably won't remember that. But
bless his little heart.
But hey, it's a free ride now, except for the price of gas.
Ain't that it?
Geraldine Turner says, I love listening to my drive to work. Y'all's hilarious. And Kay Davis says, good morning. Have a fun day. Gary Taylor says, good morning.
Geraldine, come help me wrangle these two guys.
Come on in,
around
Geraldine. We'll have a good time this morning.
Bring breakfast.
This day in
Cotton candy, either
1978, robbery suspect in the armed robbery of George Ford Jewelers. They found him and nabbed him in Indianapolis.
What was he doing?
Probably spending money.
Just hanging out. He was hiding
Probably
from the police.
pawning jewelry.
Ain't that? Yeah, that won't get anybody's
George
attention.
Ford Jewelers, folks will remember. I don't, but y'all will. Armed robbery of George Ford Jewelers that occurred in 1978.
Wow.
They got him. Glad they got him.
For real.
This day in 1988, it was 19-year-old Joe David Dixon who drowned late Thursday while swimming in Barren River Lake. So
wow.
We want to remember the young life of, it was gone too soon, of Joe David Dixon. This day in 1998, Two Eds on the Square had a ribbon cutting.
I remember Two Eds.
Yeah. Ed and Carolyn Jones were the owners. And the Main Street Bread and Bagels in the Central Center and Columbia Avenue Church of Christ also held ribbon cuttings.
Well, all kinds of ribbons being cut.
That's right. So a little bit of growth in several sectors of the economy there here in Glasgow. And then wrapping up the archives today in 2008, Kendra Dye, Matthew Douglas Riley, and Tilly Gale Martin received the Luska J. Twyman scholarships.
Well,
I don't know Tilly or Kendra, but I do know Matt Riley, and I do know that he took that scholarship and became a dentist.
Well, there you go.
And he's a very talented dentist. He's also specializing in implants as well. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
nice kid. Nice kid.
For sure.
All right. That wraps up the archives for us today, Angela. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Hope you got a little something out of that this morning.
Yes.
We're going to roll through a few commercial breaks. And again, thank you to our sponsors, Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services on Industrial Drive, because history is made by
the hard work that stands the test of time.
I'm looking at your text. I don't think we can talk about it on the air. Unless they put us on Sirius XM. It's almost 7 o'clock, y'all. Let's take a break and get some trivia going.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local healthcare provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Let's take a look at your weather forecast, brought to you by South Central Bank. This weather forecast is from the Weather Channel and meteorologist Ken Boone.
Pleasant weather for us here today and tomorrow as high pressure influences our weather, but as it moves off to the east and northeast, thunderstorm chances increasing again for Friday and the weekend. Mix of clouds and sunshine today, upper 80s this afternoon. Clear tonight, 62. Mix of clouds and sun in near 90 Thursday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in a forecast for Friday, mid-80s. And a chance for more showers and storms Saturday and Sunday with high temperatures in the low to mid part of the 80s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Let me translate that forecast for you. Have fun today. Go out and do something. Be active. It's a beautiful day here in southern Kentucky. Taking a look at the constant coverage in-studio radar, free and clear of any sort of threat of rain. If you would, Aaron, go south a little bit for me. Just want to see if there's anything south. Yeah, there's really not anything we have to worry about in the near future at all, as you heard in the forecast. The forecast appears to be accurate with the radar. Taking a look at the current conditions, we are at 77% humidity with northeast winds at 5 miles an hour. The barometer is at 30.03. No rain in the last 24 hours. We are going to play trivia here in just a moment. We're going to do the same thing we did yesterday. We'll have a Facebook winner that will win the Live United t-shirt. So the first person to answer trivia question on the Facebook live feed wins the free t-shirt for Live United, which is it's a really cool little shirt. You'll be lucky to win it. So when I ask the trivia question, you can comment on there. And you can also call us at 270-651-9149 and win a free meal to Long John Silver's A&W. So that's what we got going on. Get your thinking caps ready. We're back on after this on Good Morning Live.
If you're thinking about remodeling your home, keep in mind that windows play a big part, so it's important to get the right ones. Anderson not only offers finely crafted windows and patio doors in thousands of sizes and styles, they also give you natural wood interiors, low-maintenance exteriors, and long-lasting, energy-saving performance. See the full line of Anderson windows at Glasgow Building Supply on the 31E Bypass in Glasgow. Anderson Windows. Long live the home.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
Housing lender.
It has always been in the plan of God for His people to be different. He's always wanted His people to stand out. In Isaiah 49 verse 6, He said they're to be a light to the nations. Matthew 5:14 through 16, a light on top of a hill. Yet for some reason, it's seemingly always been the case that men just want to blend in and look just like everyone else. We fear standing out. We fear being different. Why don't we fear God? 2 Corinthians 6:17. Therefore go out from their midst, be separate from them, says the Lord, and touch no unclean thing. Then I'll welcome you. I'll be a father to you, and you'll be sons and daughters to me. What is it you're doing to stand out, to be different, to be counted on by God? This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
University scientists.
$5 Real Deal Box. Dive into our wild-caught 100% Alaskan whitefish, natural cut fries, hush puppies, dessert, and a drink.
Long John Silver's is putting burgers on notice with our hand-battered and fried to perfection Alaskan whitefish sandwich, fries, Cinepuffs, and a drink for just $5.
It's our $5 Real Deal Box. Because at Long John Silver's, you deserve more.
The $5 Real Meal Deal is the real deal. Long John's, Glasgow, and Cave City.
Here we go, 270-651-9149, or comment on the Facebook live feed. The winner of the Long Johns will come from the phone. If you answer the question first on the comment section, you win a free Live United t-shirt. Who doesn't want a free t-shirt, right? 270-651-9149. Let's roll the question up there, Aaron. What United States state has the highest percentage of veterans per capita? 270-651-9149, or answer in the comments section on the Facebook Live feed. What U.S. state has the highest percentage of veterans per capita? Good morning, trivia.
Kentucky.
Not Kentucky. Good morning, trivia.
Michigan.
Not Michigan. Again, 270-651-9149, or comment on the Facebook Live feed. What U.S. state has the highest percentage of veterans per capita? Good morning, trivia.
Texas.
It's not Texas. That was Aaron's first guess yesterday. Good morning, trivia.
West Virginia.
It's not West Virginia either. Although a lot of good soldiers are from there, and that's pretty high up on the list. Good morning, trivia.
Virginia.
Not Virginia. 270-651-9149. We don't have a correct answer on the Facebook Live feed yet either. What U.S. state has the highest percentage of veterans per capita? Free t-shirt, free meal to Long John Silver's. Who wants to win? Trivia.
Florida.
Not Florida. A lot of retired people in Florida. But I guess they could be retired veterans. Trivia.
Maryland.
No, not Maryland. Again, looking for the highest percentage here. What U.S. state has the highest percentage of veterans per capita? Good morning, trivia.
North.
Say what now?
North Carolina.
Not North Carolina. Trivia.
Tennessee.
Not Tennessee either. Good morning, trivia.
Alaska.
That is correct. Who am I speaking with?
Linda Dixon.
Hey, Linda, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing just fine. All right, and then it looks like Mike Fogel got it right. Mike Fogel's our Facebook winner. Mike Fogel's going to win the free T-shirt for the Live United, representing our local United Way. And then I'm speaking with Linda Dixon. Is that what you said?
Yes.
All right. Well, Linda, how did you know that? Did you search it?
I was just thinking their population is sparse.
Thank you. That's right. They'll have a population of like 720,000, but they have like 77,000 veterans living there, which puts them at 10.84%, which is a little more than 4 points over the national average of like 6.8, I think. 6.8% of all citizens are veterans. So Linda, you were smart this morning. Everybody else was thinking about those, traditional conservative red states. Mm-hmm. You were thinking about math.
Right.
So congratulations to Mike Fogel, and congratulations to you, Linda. And come by and see us, and we'll get you squared away to go see the folks down at Long John Silver's A&W. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Have a fabulous day, Linda.
All right. You too. Bye bye.
That's Linda Dixon correctly answering. And Facebook, Mike Fogel. Mike Fogel, we're here at 229 West Main Street. You can come see us anytime between 8 and 4:30. Pick up your free T-shirt there for Live United. Coming up, it's the news you depend on, the 7 o'clock live and local morning edition next.
Scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Drive behind Dairy Queen.
CBS News Update. The morning after President Trump backtracked on his rejection of U.S. intelligence findings on Russian meddling, he's tweeting about his news conference with Vladimir Putin. The president says so many people on the higher ends of intelligence loved his performance in Helsinki. Political reporter Sabrina Siddiqui on Mr. Trump's would versus wouldn't explanation.
He certainly was seeking to do damage control, but even as he said that he accepts the conclusion of the U.S. intelligence community that it was Russia that meddled in the 2016 election, in the very next breath, the president then said it could be other people. There are a lot of people out there. So he continued to really cast doubt on who was responsible.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo scheduled to testify about the Trump-Putin summit on Capitol Hill next week. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer says he'll ask,
what did the president agree to? Was Secretary Pompeo briefed afterwards? Did he write anything down? Were any other members of the president's team?
CBS News Update.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Unfordville, W253BN Glasgow, services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. As recent history tells us, disasters can happen. It's impossible to prepare for everything, but it is possible to prepare for what happens next. And that's where we come in. At ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance Agency, we can provide you with many options as an independent agency. And it's our job to make sure you know about all the what-ifs so that your policy has you prepared for what happens next. So just ask us. We'd be honored that you did. Just give us a call at 651-8837. We're ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance Agency, growing with a proud community since 1902.
For many years, residents of Glasgow got used to their friendly postman, Rollin Dixon.
I delivered all over town. I was the swing man. I delivered 5 different routes.
A kind word and a smile were his trademark. But there's a little-known fact about his smile.
My teeth have always been bad.
Rollin wanted his teeth fixed. He researched dental implants, and he got Dr. Jim Thurman to get the job done.
I got my first one in 2014. I have 5.
5 implants?
When I got one tooth fixed and got my cap on it and everything, then it wouldn't be 2 months till another one would go out. I'd break off.
What really was Rollin's incentive?
It's hard to eat when you can't chew food. I love steak if it's a good tender steak. But now if it's a tough steak, it makes my teeth sore. I do better with these.
Dr. Jim Thurman and his staff explained the entire process and made it enjoyable.
I always look forward to going out there and joking around with them. We always had a big time whenever I went. And, of course, he was right in the middle of it usually.
And that's right where he loves to be. Call 651-5939 and get started. Dr. Jim Thurman and Dr. Amy Cassidy.
It's spring sale time at Bailey Gibson, and Dad's got the prices you're looking for. New incentives are being offered on many GMCs and Buicks on the lot. We hope you're looking for a new car or truck, because we're looking for good trade-ins. Bring your used car or truck to Bailey Gibson, and we'll offer you a better deal than you can get anywhere around. Stop by and check out our spring savings event now underway at Bailey Gibson in Glasgow. Lola, what do you say?
We're having a springtime sale at Bailey Gibson. Give my dandy a call on his flip phone for a great deal.
At the People's Bank in Glasgow, we believe that people still like the friendly atmosphere of a community bank. A bank where you're more than just a number. You get one-on-one personal service. A bank where your money's reinvested in the community. And decisions, well, they're all made locally. The People's Bank gives you everything you'd expect in a bank, including online and mobile banking. Get the banking you deserve. Located at 605C on Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. The People's Bank, working for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, it's 7:14 and a mild 69 degrees this morning. Aaron, that was fun right there. I mean, you had the Facebook comments going, you had the phone ringing off the wall. We want to do that every day. So we'll be looking for a sponsor on that. But nonetheless, what do you think, Aaron?
Oh yeah, it's very interesting, very fun. It adds a new element for both sides of it, both parties of listeners. You know, your viewers on Facebook as well as your radio audience and TV audience.
And plus, it's hard to Google.
Yeah.
When you're on the Facebook app.
Yeah. And it's even better for us. You know, it gets us more involved, during trivia. It adds a new, element to monitor and have, a little bit more fun during trivia, even though trivia is already fun as it can be with the phone calls.
Well, all right. Just wanted to add that in there. So we're going to try to keep that going. We'll be looking for somebody who wants to give prizes away on that. All right. Now it's time for the news you depend on. Live in the newsroom, it's News Director Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Wes. For the first time in the history of the county, a local athlete's brought home an Olympic gold medal. Daniel Williams has been bowling with Special Olympics for a decade and is currently a member of the Barron County Flames. Special Olympics of Kentucky chose Williams to be on their national bowling team with Team Kentucky USA. The fiscal court passed a resolution yesterday honoring Williams' gold medal. Next up on the fiscal court's agenda, Deputy Juanita Adwell from the Barron County Detention Center told the court currently they were housing 249 inmates. She also told the court they'd made a couple changes to their policies and procedures, including a required 24 hours of deputy training annually. Now, some fees have also gone up at the detention center. Housing's $36 a day for a county inmate. Copay for a nurse's visit's $20, and the copay for a doctor or dentist visit is $30. The court unanimously approved the changes. Judge Executive Michael Hale asked the magistrates to check the roads in their respective districts for any trees or limbs or anything that could cause an issue in regard to visibility, since school will be back in session before the next court meeting. Judge Hale said the road department would address any issues. Now, Charles Kearney, who heads up the county's Parks and Rec Department, gave a wrap-up report of the Babe Ruth tournament and said the impact of the county's investment could not only be seen, but it could be heard.
We had several people in the park there in Red Cross. All we received, and I'm not exaggerating, is people would come up and say how good the fields were and how much they enjoyed being in Barron County and Glasgow.
Magistrate Carl Dickerson had a few questions about the Babe Ruth tournament.
I got a question on the Babe Ruth tournament you just had. Is that Babe Ruth sanctions that? Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do they have specific rules on how you do things at those tournaments?
Yes, especially we sign a contract with them, and the contract basically states how you can run that tournament.
Okay. Do they share in the concessions also?
No, sir.
They don't.
Neither do they share in the gate.
Kearney said they do set the gate fees. Kearney also introduced a few members of the 9 and under baseball team, Barron County Elite, who are the new 9U state champions. The team's now headed to Louisville for their next tournament. Kearney said to expect big things from this group. And due to the high cost of traveling with the sports team, Kearney asked the court if they felt so inclined they could help out the team financially. It would be much appreciated. Judge Hale made the motion to give the team $500, quickly seconded by Magistrate Trent Riddle. Then Magistrate Jack London spoke up and doubled that amount. So the court gave the team $1,000 to help as they traveled and represent the county, with all magistrates voting in favor except Magistrate Dickerson. The court also voted in favor of purchasing a new truck for Parks and Rec. Dickerson was also the only no vote on that. County officially announced Joey Cruz as the new ABC administrator. Cruz will also help out the sheriff's office with vehicle inspections. Megan Richardson was named as the new deputy coroner, and Bob Carey will fill the unexpired term of Chris Robinson Congola on the Marywood Weldon Memorial Library Board. Well, the grant's now been uploaded, and if all goes well, there could soon be a new interchange coming to the Louis B. Nunn Cumberland Parkway. Now, familiar with this area, Jonathan West is an engineer who worked over a decade in the State Transportation Cabinet here in District 3. Currently, he's with HDR Engineering, and they are tasked with handling the transportation programs for the state. Now, West has been working with the county for at least the past couple of months when Judge Executive Hale was contacted by KTC and encouraged to apply for a BUILD grant. Now, previously done through earmarked funds, these federal dollars are now allocated through grants, as West explains.
Earmarks kind of went away. Well, they replaced that with grant programs. Well, the good thing about grant programs is it allows communities to compete for dollars. It does not remove all of the politics, and I can assure you that there's politics involved to selection of these grants, but it does not remove all of that, but it does provide communities a mechanism to equally participate, put in applications, participate in a grant process, and a selection process.
Barron County's application is for an interchange on Kentucky 242 at the Louis B. Nunn Cumberland Parkway intersection. Now, the odds of getting the funds are pretty good, especially considering the collaboration between the county and the City of Glasgow. City of Glasgow has approved to give $100,000 towards the project. And West also says that the focus of this year's funds also puts us at an advantage.
There is an emphasis on rural projects, and that's where I think we become a lot more competitive in this environment.
The county will give up rights to Gillenwater Road and surrounding right-of-ways as it will be used as one of the ramps to the parkway. Now, the state highway department's kicking in a couple $100,000. The remainder of the money needed to fund the project stands at roughly $19 million. Those will be federal. Now, BUILD stands for Better Utilizing Investments to Leverage Development. This year's round of funding comes in at $1.5 billion. West said that along with helping traffic in congested areas in and around Trojan Trail, the project also has numerous added safety benefits. The replacement of the bridge on Kentucky 249 is also included. Official announcements of award recipients will be made in December, but the county has to have the money set aside in September for the project. Right now it's 7:21 a.m. on this Wednesday morning, 69 degrees.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
What's at stake? And chicken, too.
In more local news, the Hart County Sheriff's Office makes an arrest in regard to recent barn lumber thefts. On Thursday, the Sheriff's Office had received a complaint concerning the theft of barn lumber and illegal dumping on Mammoth Cave Park Road. Later on that day, Deputy Bruce Nevlin made a traffic stop that resulted in the recovery of the stolen barn lumber. 22-year-old Dustin Klein of Bonneville and 39-year-old Gary Jewell of Canmer were arrested, charged with burglary 3rd degree and deposit litter in a receptacle. Hart County bench warrant was also executed on Jewell, who'd been declared a fugitive and had been entered into NCIC. Both were lodged in the Hart County Jail. Congressman Brett Guthrie's applauded House passage of the Over-the-Counter Monograph Safety, Innovation, and Reform Act. Congressman Guthrie is an original co-sponsor of the legislation, which passed the House yesterday by unanimous vote. Now, what this bill will do, it will expedite the FDA's approval of the over-the-counter medications more efficiently by updating the monograph system that the FDA has been used to approve the drug since 1972. Guthrie says this is a long overdue update. An estimated 71,000 people in Kentucky are suffering from Alzheimer's disease, and efforts to better treat and potentially cure the brain disease are getting a major boost. AARP is investing $60 million in the Disrupt Dementia Discovery Fund for dementia and Alzheimer's research. As a professor of neurology at the University of Kentucky Sanders Brown Center on Aging, Dr. Gregory Geisha explains dementia silently destroys the brain for nearly 15 years before there's even a hint the person's effective. He says this investment will help address issues of early diagnosis.
What can we do to get people into the clinicians to recognize that this is a problem early on? And that has been the major issue for the field, is that we have not been working on folks at an early enough stage of disease.
The most recent Alzheimer's drug was approved more than a decade ago, and since then, more than 400 clinical trials have failed. The Dementia Discovery Fund supports new drug projects, encourages new treatment techniques, and applies insights from other areas of medicine, such as oncology and immunology. Dr. Marilyn Moran-Smith with AARP's Kentucky Executive Council says not only is dementia a tremendous burden on the patient and their loved ones, it's also a major driver of healthcare costs.
Medicare spending for people 65 plus with dementia is up to 5 times higher than those without dementia. By 2040, the cost of caring for people with dementia is expected to be about 25% of Medicare spending.
With the number of Americans with dementia expected to reach 14 million by 2050, Geisha says there's no time to waste.
We need every penny we can get. We need every volunteer in the community that we can get, and we need every researcher across the nation turning its eyes towards this problem.
An AARP survey of U.S. physicians found just 10% are extremely or very optimistic that effective dementia treatment protocols will emerge in the next 5 years. In local 911 activity, there was a fire on Mammoth Cave Road yesterday. The Sheriff's Office, Park City Fire, and Barron Metcalf EMS responded. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. 7:26 a.m., 69 degrees.
Hi, I'm Fred Perry.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says Russia is not a friend of the U.S. McConnell said Russia's interference in the 2016 presidential election is indisputable. McConnell's comments followed President Trump's conference with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Finland. Trump again condemned the U.S. investigation of Russian interference in the 2016 presidential election, calling it disastrous for the U.S. Kentucky mandates 2 new immunizations for students this year.
There are 2 new vaccinations students are required to get this year before classes start. Jill Keys with the Fayette County Health Department tells WKYT.
All children, preschool through 12th grade, are required to have the hepatitis A vaccine. And then all students 16 years of age and older are required to have their booster meningitis vaccine.
This follows a number of hepatitis A outbreaks across the state. The Kentucky Department of Public Health reports there have been 1,100 cases. 8 Kentuckians have died from the virus this year. I'm Suzanne Duval.
Authorities have identified the teen charged with manslaughter following a fatal crash. 18-year-old Brianna Watson was behind the wheel when she missed a curb and flipped her car last year. Her passenger, 17-year-old Sydney Pfeffer, was killed. Pfeffer's cousin Whitley Wise tells WKYT.
Sydney's life was taken. And 15 months later, and the only thing that's been taken away from Brianna is prom and graduation. And honestly, I don't think that that's enough.
Watson's attorney entered a not guilty plea on her behalf. Her next court date is September 4th. Nearly 24 markers are planned for Revolutionary War veterans who've settled in South Central Kentucky. The Simpson County chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution said the group will put up a marker in the Old City Cemetery for 22 known Revolutionary War veterans who died in Simpson County. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
All right, that's the news you depend on here on WCLU. Now, don't forget, we are taking requests this morning for your Ride to Work song as we wrap up our show and approach the 8 o'clock hour. It looks like we're going to have time for 1 and maybe 2 songs. So you can call us up for your request here at 270-651-9149 or toll free at 1-800-956-1023. So the phone lines are open. When we come back, it's your weather forecast brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards, private caregiver and referral services.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Cast is brought to you by Peggy Tuck Edwards and private caregiver and referral services. When roles reverse in your later years, when child becomes caretaker and the needs of the parent become most important, it's comforting to know that there's help along the way. Peggy Tuck Edwards would like for you to be informed about private caregiver and referral services because sometimes our elders just need a little company and companionship. It's our duty to see that those needs are met, whether in the home or in an assisted living or nursing home facility. Peggy and her network of compassionate caregivers are ready to meet you and your loved one's needs. Call 270-670-7062.
Pleasant weather for us here today and tomorrow as high pressure influences our weather, but as it moves off to the east and northeast, thunderstorm chances increasing again for Friday and the weekend. Mix of clouds and sunshine today, upper 80s this afternoon. Clear tonight, 62. Mix of clouds and sun in near 90 Thursday. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in a forecast for Friday, mid-80s. And a chance for more showers and storms Saturday and Sunday with high temperatures in the low to mid part of the 80s. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ken. We can take a look at the constant coverage in-studio radar briefly just to show that there's nothing to worry about. Paducah's the only place in the state that's getting scattered showers right now. Our current conditions, we're at 77% humidity. Winds are 5 miles an hour coming from the northeast, and barometer is at 30.03. No precipitation in the last 24 hours. We're going to hear from Mr. Danny Wyatt, and then after that, we'll have a birthday list. If you've got a birthday to add, give us a call at 270-651-9149.
Good morning, friends. There seems to be a common thread that runs amongst the minds of disciples today, which causes people to think that they are without any redeeming talents which can change society for the better. It would be well for all to remember that God is working within each believer so as to conform that one to the image of Christ. According to Paul at Ephesians 2:10, each Christian was saved in order to do the works of God which he has prepared for them. That being true, it would be fair to say that each of us was made to make a difference in the world. This task or responsibility that has been assigned to each disciple is not to be thought of as a when I get enough time type of task, nor one to be concerned about after one grows up, goes to college, gets a job, or whatever. It's a now type of responsibility. If one is said to have the mind of Christ, and if one understands that Christ Jesus went about doing good, then it must be understood that each one of us have an obligation to act as our Lord would have acted and do it now. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
The Empty Nest Inside Pharmacy Express is your shop for home, body, gifts, weddings, babies, and more store. You'll find a little bit of everything, and it's far from empty. If you need a gift for someone during bereavement, the Empty Nest carries wind chimes, picture frames, birdhouses, and canvas prints for remembering a loved one. Celebrating a new baby or a couple just getting married, the Empty Nest has bridal and baby registry too. You'll see it's not so empty at the Empty Nest inside Pharmacy Express at the corner of the Bypass and Cleveland Avenue in Glasgow.
We're talking birthdays. Want to say happy birthday to some fine folks out there. It's double nickels for Don Nichols, just down the street at your local Shell station here on West Main. Also, Mark Bonnywell has a birthday. Happy 11th birthday to my buddy Harrison Belcher. Hank wishes you a happy birthday too, Harrison. Also, we got Jamie Gillenwater on the list, Chuck Gardner, Shakira Pitcock, Weston Turner, Brad Corte, Corey Martin, Kelsey Lee, and Topher Blythe. We have Mindy Miner, Ruthie Wisdom, Tanner Bull turns 17 today. Happy birthday, Tanner. And we've got a gong for Brad Kessler. Brad turns 50 today. Happy birthday to Todd Simmons, Louise Culver, Lucille Lyle, and Dustin Sherfy is 23 years old today. Got a few anniversaries to tell you about. It's John and Sharon Gray celebrating 31 years and high expectations for that anniversary celebration this evening. Also, Wayne and Carol K. Bragg celebrating 26 years as well. And your good as gold person of the day is Daniel Williams. He brought home a gold medal from the Special Olympics at the USA Games. So if you see Daniel around town, be sure you pat him on the back, tell him he's good as gold from his friends at WCLU and a little taste of Texas, where good friends meet for great food and home for the best steaks in town. Now, Daniel's the third name in the hat this week. On Friday, we'll draw for that free meal to a little taste of Texas. Somebody's going to win a free meal. That's part of the reward of getting to be good as gold. The other reward is you get pat on the back. And, of course, as always, the birthdays are brought to you by Ralphie's Fun Center. When we come back, it's tidbit time.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
Are you looking?
Check out the deals at Gilliehide Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather round your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
North, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
From around the globe and up the street, it is news of the tidbit variety, and I'm joined with News Director Angela Briggs and our morning producer Aaron Russell. How are you, Aaron?
Hey, I'm good.
Angela, what's going on?
Nothing, I'll admit to.
I got three good stories for you today.
Aaron.
It's things that make you go,
Buckle up, Buttercup, Aaron. He said they were good. Better prepare
Don't let her
ourselves.
intimidate you, Aaron.
Hold up. I thought your title was supposed to be changed. Human calculator this morning. Remember that?
You know I'm not good at math.
The one time I try to say something nice, Aaron, to try to build you up, see? No good deed goes unpunished.
You could use a little more gain on your mic there, too, Aaron.
All right.
All right. So
yeah, I'll be gaining on Aaron in a minute, too, once I get this boot off.
Sure.
Two police officers in Georgia have been suspended after they used a coin toss to decide whether to arrest a 24-year-old motorist they stopped for speeding. So here's the deal. The officer stopped the motorist back in April when she was running late for work at an Atlanta hair salon and then sped past them at around 80 miles an hour on a wet road. And that's according to the police statement and the video footage of the incident.
Bless her heart.
Now, the two female police officers then discussed whether to give the motorist Sarah Webb a speeding ticket or arrest her for reckless driving. They decided to flip a coin. Here's the deal.
Right now,
we're gonna flip this coin, and you're either going to jail or you're getting a slap on the wrist.
They start flipping a coin on me, I'm gonna get disorderly conduct, resist. Yeah. Wow.
Well, did they say like, okay, motorist, call it in the air?
I'm saying they'd be doing stuff like that.
This thing went viral from the news station 11 down there in Atlanta, Georgia. And here's what Chief Rusty.
Wow.
Here's what Chief Rusty Grant said from Roswell Police Department. He says, "I am appalled that any law enforcement officer would trivialize the decision-making process of something as important as the arrest of a person."
Now, who was that saying
We're
that?
all appalled.
Yeah.
And that's why you made Tidbit News.
Was that the chief that said that?
Yes.
That's the chief.
Well, that makes me that I do feel a little bit better because he actually sounds like, he gives a flip.
Yeah.
Great.
I quit.
Dude, I was
Clapping
keeping
on that
score
one.
like little tally marks. I love it.
Good one, Angela.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, so here's the next story. This next story has a video associated with it.
All right.
Angela, you may want to pull up your phone so you can see it and hear it. Or just turn your monitor up.
Let me see this. I'll pull it up on here.
All right, so we're calling this Tiny Dancer.
Oh, Lord.
All right, I killed
Aaron, roll that beautiful bean
here we
footage.
One witness called it the quintessential breakdance circle. But then a gunshot rang out and now it's an investigation. It all took place at the Mile High Spirits and Distillery in Denver. Police say the dancer was an off-duty FBI agent. His name has been withheld. He was strutting his stuff early Saturday morning, but had clearly not secured his weapon. Kara Chancellor says she saw it go down.
And he was dancing, and then right as he did that backflip, his gun fell out and it hit the ground. It shot off.
And it hit an innocent bystander. The man was taken to a hospital with a leg wound. The FBI has declined to comment on the incident or possible charges, citing the active investigation.
It's been a rough week for the FBI.
No, you know, he was feeling so good about himself, too. He got his moves down. He could pop lock and drop it. So he was feeling good about himself.
Did a full flip.
He was off
doesn't
duty
go
now.
off until he picks it up. He picks it up and fumbles it and just boom.
In his defense, he was off duty. But
Talk about finishing that move with a bang.
You can't
Boom.
be doing that with a gun. Like, that's like, who was that wide receiver that shot himself in the leg? It's at the club. Played for the Giants.
Was that Pac-Man?
No.
Okay.
No, this was like, no. But it's
He just shot
Pac-Man
other
might
people.
do that.
Dude, I feel crushed
Three
for
different
him.
times.
He probably thought all the ladies are looking at me. I'm so cool. You know, I'm gonna go viral. People put me on.
Feeling good, too.
I'm saying people, hoping they were taking his picture, putting it online. Then he comes in for the finale.
See, here's mine. When I first
Is that fireworks? No, that's a gun.
I'm envisioning that he was listening to "Livin' La Vida Loca" when he was doing that.
See, I'm picturing him doing like pop, lock, and drop it.
He dropped it all right.
Everybody did. Get down.
And I love how he puts it right back in his back, like nothing happened. As soon as it's over,
Nobody
he's just
saw
like,
that.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, that's called
That did not
Goldschlager.
take place.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Bless his heart. Bless
Mile
his
High
pitiful
Spirits and Distillery.
I know,
The
right?
hot night spot. And not to joke about this, but he did actually shoot a person and injure them.
Ooh.
And it could have been worse.
Yeah.
So Denver District Attorney spoke.
Bless his little heart, gosh.
What's that dude's heart that got shot? Sorry.
So this is.
Hey, it's a risk when you go to the club.
In a statement, the Denver Police Department said the agent was dancing at a nightclub when his firearm became dislodged from its waistband holster and fell onto the floor. When the agent retrieved his handgun, an unintended discharge occurred.
Hey, he should get a holster from the same company that makes that bag that guy had all that rolled coins in. You know what I'm saying? That thing would be sturdy. It would never come off.
He just had it stuck in the back of his belt.
Roll out.
That's how you. I mean, because he's been watching too much TV.
Yeah, he's a gangster.
Goodness. Bless his heart.
Final
can't stop
story
watching
here. Final story, and then we're going to take requests for songs. All right.
All right.
No dumb songs.
So, an American tourist brought an unexploded World War II shell to a Vienna airport in her luggage.
Oh, yeah, let me bring something like that to the airport.
The 24-year-old found the bomb while she was walking in the Dockstein Mountains. She kept the shell and her belongings as a souvenir and declared it to custom officers when she came to the airport, who immediately rang the police.
Yeah, so here I am. Here's the exact weapon I've got. I'll just wait.
That's the first place you go when you get to the airport.
I'm saying.
Okay, let's see what you brought. Let's see here. Some shoes, some underwear, a bomb.
Yeah. If I tell them, they won't think anything about it. What?
World War II, 70 years ago. But this bomb had not exploded, so it's like a shell. So it's kind of, I don't really know what kind of bomb it was.
Well, she sounds about like she'd be one of Disco Dave's friends from a while ago.
But here's what I would have done. I mean, also, you're in foreign countries, okay?
Right.
Like, they can hold you there, and they don't have as nice jails as we got here.
Have you never seen Locked Up Abroad? I mean, come on now.
That is a scary.
That show is terrible.
Scary.
I'm telling
That
you.
is so terrifying.
Somebody, I met Juan Julio, and I love him, so I was going to smuggle, 12 pounds of cocaine on my body. I didn't know they'd catch me.
It makes me never want to leave Barron County, honestly. Like,
I'm telling you.
Like, it got me believing, like, Tennessee's got those same laws.
And it's
something.
like, even though deep down you know the person made it through, because, I mean, they're right there on the show being interviewed.
Yeah.
Ugh. Shoot, wait. I'm too fragile for that.
I've been wondering where Donita was all morning.
Is she finally here with us?
Finally give us a shout out on Facebook.
Donita needs to let us know when she's going to slip in.
How you doing, Donita? Dr. Gilkey, Greg Barnard's in here with us today. Debbie Preston's watching from Paintsville.
Pam
Paints
Gold. Vegas.
Pam Gold, Randy Wilkinson, Tommy Burge. Dr. Brad Mallory is starting his day off right.
Tommy Burge,
before he
hello.
makes rounds today. He's got to make a round with WCLU's Good Morning Live. That's Tidbit News. We'll take your requests for one, maybe two songs for your ride to work between 7:45 and 8 o'clock. It's 7:45 now, so probably one song. We're back after this on Good Morning Live. Hack Whitty, Marita Whitty Lyle, David Whitty, Becky Lyle, names that have been trusted in this community for quality auto repairs for 46 years. Names you can continue to trust.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good, he'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry.
All right, we're going to say goodbye to our Facebook Live audience because we're getting ready to play some music. We had a request for Hank Jr.